Hey everyone, Bill Panoff here for Porthole Cruise and Travel. This is a very exciting day for us here at Porthole. We are here to interview John Cohlan, the CEO of Margaritaville. John, how are you?
I'm doing great today, Bill. How are you doing?
I'm great. It's super exciting to speak to you about the exciting news and entrance into the cruise industry. Cruise fans are raving about the new announcement that Margaritaville is taking to the ocean with Margaritaville at Sea. The partnership will be between, of course, Bahama Paradise Cruise Line and Margaritaville. John, what are you most excited about pertaining to this news?
Well, Bill, we've known each other for a long time, and you know the industry and the experience more than most and better than most. And the fact that you've been encouraging us to do this for 20 years gives me additional excitement that we belong on the water and that we'll be able to add, I think, an additional dimension of fun to the experience of cruising.
Sure. The ship, the Grand Classica, which I've been on many times, is the beautiful ship, will be renamed Margaritaville at Sea Paradise, along with a multi-million-dollar restoration and facelift. What features are you most enthusiastic about with this?
Well, I would start and tell you we are very enthusiastic about the ship, as I know you are. And you have a long history with the ship, and couldn't be more excited about that. And one of the reasons we chose to do that now, when this ship became available. We're really excited about creating the full experience that we do at all of our resorts, because at the end of the day, this is really a resort on water.
Sure.
So that has to do with all of our food and beverage outlets, both in terms of the quality of what we're providing and the attitude with which we provide it. Obviously, we're redoing all the rooms, so you'll feel that you are sleeping in Margaritaville on the water. Cool. Entertainment broadly defined, bringing all kinds of entertainment that you associate with Margaritaville, and probably some surprises. So the idea, basically, as you know, we're an experiential brand. More than anything, it's about the attitude of the people on board, and we're as excited about bringing them into the world of Margaritaville as we are the guests.
Sure. Jimmy Buffett has always had strong ties to the ocean, and the Margaritaville brand is influenced by storytelling, in his music. How will Jimmy Buffett's music and lifestyle fuel this experience for guests at Margaritaville at Sea Paradise?
Well, I think it's fair to say, and Jimmy has said this in the past, that if you're on a sailboat in the Caribbean, there are a handful of staples. One would be a Bob Marley album. One would be a bottle of Land Shark. Some might have had Corona in the old days. And a copy of Don't Stop the Carnival, Herman Wouk's famous book about a hotel in the Caribbean, and Jimmy Buffett music. So, and that's been for 30 or 40 years. So I think that we're now able to, it's much bigger than a little sailboat. And so we're able to infuse, as you say, the storytelling, the music, what the music evokes about your own past and your own future for you. And I think you're right. It's bringing the storytelling of maybe, the world's greatest storyteller about being on the sea, a true son of a sailor. And we're excited about translating that to the actual experience.
Sure. The culinary options too sound nothing short of amazing, with JWB Prime Steak and Seafood, Frank and Lola's Pizzeria, Port of Indecision Buffet, and Margaritaville Coffee and Pastry Shop. Truly, there's something for everyone. I'm getting hungry even talking about it. What went into the concepts of creating all these dining options?
Well, we have actually about 30 different brands within our world. So it was a lot of fun. We all got together and we were able to say, okay, this is just too good to be true to be able to be doing this on water, not just near water, or not just looking at water from land. So it really was a bit of a bake-off, no pun intended, to pick the absolute right concepts we have for the absolute appropriate spots on the right ship. So we put a lot of thought into it.
Wow. Well, just as important as dining, having a wonderful drink pairing is also obviously a great plus. and guests can find at the 5 o'clock somewhere bar, Euphoria Lounge, and 12-volt pool bar on board. I mean, this option. What do you think guests will like the most about these areas?
Well, by the way, and we're going to give you a scoop here, okay? Because we've known you for so long, and you are the man in the industry. Alcohol consumption will be allowed on board.
It will be allowed on board.
There will be alcohol consumption on Margaritaville at Sea, and we will do that in we think in our signature flavorful way of doing it, with lots of creativity. We've been pretty successful at creating great bar experiences.
Sure.
And so we need to do that because the drink should be fun, the environment should be fun. You won't find a hard time finding 5 o'clock. There will be a lot of 5 o'clock going on board. So, but we're going to do it in a way, as you know, that it's really designed to be social, because part of the whole experience of being at our bars and food and beverage establishments is socializing, meeting new people. And that's one of the things that's exciting about the cruise experience.
Sure.
Is it really lends itself to that. So we're really excited.
We can't forget to mention the entertainment, as you alluded to, creating an ultimate vacation for guests with Paradise Casino, Star on the Waters Theater, and guests will always have something exciting to do during their stay. What can guests expect without giving too much away about the Star on the Water Theater?
Well, it will be called Stars on the Water, after one of our favorite songs.
Sure.
We're not going to give away anything right now, but as you have surmised, giving the entertainment roots of this entire hospitality brand, we're not going to disappoint.
Got it. Also, apart from that, I mean, spa is a big part of the cruise experience, and the St. Somewhere Spa and Fins Up Fitness Center are meant for guests to relax during their cruise. Which amenities in these areas will guests find the most enjoyable, do you think?
Well, we've the St. Somewhere Spa now has a real history, and it's been very, very popular. So certainly that will be an experience that people will enjoy. It works best when it's paired with the Fins Up Fitness Center, but it's not mandatory, so that people get to choose whether they want to do both. But we kind of think they go well together. But in all seriousness, it'll be state-of-the-art fitness and state-of-the-art spa. So we're excited about it.
Wow. Also, as one can imagine, it gets very hot on cruise ships, which means the pools are a perfect remedy. And on Margaritaville at Sea Paradise, there'll be multiple pools to choose from throughout the ship. How will the pool area encapsulate the Margaritaville experience?
We do pools well. We've got a lot of them, and we always try and come up with new ideas to improve upon that experience. I wouldn't be surprised if we break some new ground on the creativity behind swim up bars, which is always fun to be doing.
Sure.
Something very cool about being in the water, on the water. So I think what you'll find is both relaxation, fun, and the ability for people to, get to know new people and spend time with the friends they've come on board with. And you're right, it's going to be an iconic feature of the entire experience.
And in the future, I'm told there'll be an opportunity for Margaritaville at Sea Paradise guests to extend their vacation and experience even more by including a stay at one of your hotels or resorts.
Yeah, this we're very, very excited about because, as you know, in the past, there have been some attempts in the industry to do it, but the reality is there have been no established cruise brands that also have resort brands. And so that doesn't create an opportunity for sort of a unified experience. And in our case, as you know, we have resorts at several of the ports of debarkation and embarkation. Sure. And so we're very, very excited about the opportunity to give people a chance to stay at a resort, then go on the cruise, stay at a resort where you end up and come back. Right now in the Bahamas, obviously we just opened in Nassau, and to the extent this ship ends up on some of those itineraries, that's a wonderful vacation. So we're very excited.
So John, now if we recapped everything about Margaritaville at Sea, what other exciting things are happening in Margaritaville in 2022?
Yeah, well, Margaritaville remains a very fun and exciting place to be. And going into 2022, the palette is just expanding. We recently opened a spectacular all-inclusive resort in Cap Cana,
wow.
which you got to go check out.
I will.
About 9 food and beverage concepts right on the beach. We are opening next year another all-inclusive in Riviera Maya, which is very exciting for us.
Wow.
We recently opened in Times Square, where if you'll allow me, I would point out that we've been the #1 hotel on TripAdvisor out of 530 hotels.
Wow, well done.
Now, and you know, we like to say people have always gone to Manhattan to sightsee. Now you can go to Manhattan to sightsee and vacation. And
there you go.
Many have made the analogy of a feeling of a cruise ship when talking about that resort in Times Square. And then, of course, we continue to expand. Not that you're there yet, but you strike me as an ideal candidate for our active living communities. When you get to 55 and you want to enjoy the back 9 of your life and just have a lot of fun with wonderful new people you get to meet, Latitude Margaritaville is a great spot. And we have a community right now in Daytona, one in Hilton Head, and we are building one in Panama City.
Well, count me in. I just turned 64, although I don't look a day over 63. So, yeah, no, I'd love to learn more about that. John, it's an absolute pleasure. You have to promise me when the ship is launched that I'm there with you on the first cruise.
We are looking forward to having you on the maiden voyage.
Awesome. Thank you so much. John Cohlan, CEO of Margaritaville. When this brand comes out, you have to gravitate to it. It's going to be amazing and a great addition to the cruise and travel industry. I'm Bill Pano. Thanks for tuning in. Porthole Cruise and Travel.